Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Eastbourne Fisherman. We are now doing episode 3 of Fishing with Subscribers. Tonight I'm joined with Dean, who is from
Uckfield in Sussex.
From Uckfield in East Sussex, and he's come down to fish Eastbourne with me today. We're down at the Sewage Works, which is not too far of a mark for me, to be fair. It's around my local area. I know it quite well. You've already had a pretty good day so far, haven't you? Catching some nice stamp of fish, which we'll show you in a second.
We'll show you in a bit. Yeah, we've got a lovely place and a very large, nice sole.
Absolutely fantastic. It's nice to see some decent fish coming out, to be fair. It is a bit windy today, but hey, I mean, you know, we've caught fish before in bad weather, and sometimes, you know, the worst weather actually brings on the better fish. So what kind of rigs are you using today then?
I'm using both of them, 2-hook clip down. One's on a size 2 hook and the other one's on a size 1/0 hook. Yeah,
myself, I'm using an alternator between a larger bait on a pulley rig and then just a 2-hook flapper with some size 4 hooks, scratching around and see if we get some fish like that. Dean's got tons of experience. He's been fishing for how many years?
Ooh,
knock off 10, mate.
Yeah. About 42 years.
So I'm actually, you know, doing these Fishing with Subscriber videos are actually good because it actually teaches me as well. I don't know everything, you know, so it's nice to fish with other people and, you know, draw from experience from them as well. So yeah, you ready to do some fishing then?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Right, so these are the fish that Dean's already caught today. At what state of the tide did you catch them? Not giving away too much, obviously, information, but
no, I would say probably about, at our location, it was about a good hour into the flood of the tide. So
yeah, some lovely fish. Look at the size of that. Look at that Dover sole. Absolutely fantastic fish that is, mate. And a lovely place there as well. Really nice fish.
Yeah, they're both caught on lug, and this one was caught on lug and mussel.
Yeah.
Which you can get from your local shops.
How far out would you say? I mean, for people that are watching this as like new beginners and things like that, how far out would you say that you'd need to cast to try and hit this sort of fish?
I would say between 50 and 80 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, considering today there is a bit of a breeze, so it was slowing my cast down quite a bit and dropping it a bit short. But yeah.
And the methods that you used, you said lugworm, tip with squid.
Yep, lugworm, and that one's lugworm and mussel.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Awesome. Right, so baits for this evening then, we've got some lugworm here, which is frozen and then defrosted. We've got some lugworm here that's been in and out of the freezer a couple of times. Hopefully that'll be good and nice and sticky for things like sole. I've got a single mackerel there, and I've got some squid there. Rigs I'm going to be using tonight is one rig, it's a pulley rig just with a size 2/0 Cox and rule hook, and then I've got a 2-hook flapper with some small size 4s as well, and I'll alternate those through the evening. Oh, and then we can see a fish. We can see a fish coming in. Looks like a flatfish. Oh, what? Looks like a the pout, yeah. Yeah, a little pout there. Right, so I've had a couple of casts. I've thrown 2 small baits out and 2 big baits out, and I've had nothing at the moment. Nothing at the moment. Fishing seems to have gone a little bit quiet at the moment, but we are approaching the top of the tide now, so we'll see if anything happens. Really, could do with a decent fish tonight, especially after the kids have been hammering me over the last couple of sessions. So we'll see what happens. The wind's dying down as we go through the evening, so hopefully we'll be able to get some fish. Rods I'm using tonight, and I pulled out a lead at Icon M Sport, which is there. It's got the Achios there, look real, straight through mono. And who do we have here?
Watching me, watching you.
There we go, son.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, pretty good.
What are you up to then? Apart from doing a bit of
frozen lug.
Apart from the obvious.
Of course. Frozen lug on a clip down, 1-hook, pennel rig. I don't know what you call it, but
pulley rig maybe. Pulley pennel rig.
It's not pulley. It's just a pennel, yeah. But it's a clip down pennel. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you if you like.
Yeah, let's go. We're going to have a look in a minute. Yeah.
Cast out, but
so like I said, we're fishing at the Sewage Works at the moment. I'll say it is a tad windy, to be fair. I mean, usually I'm a bit of a fair weather fisherman. I don't know about Cliff. Always, yeah. So
fishing.
Bit out of our comfort zone really, but you know, we'll give it a crack and see if there's anything about. No May rot in the water yet. Haven't seen anything, which is a bit of a bonus. I mean, the water looks pretty dark, to be fair. It's pretty roughed up. It looks pretty dark. You know, who knows, it could be tonight a big fish maybe.
Could be.
Just need one or two, don't we?
But my magic rig hasn't worked yet, so don't forget anyone until I've caught a fish.
Eastbourne Pier in the distance over there then, and then behind that Beachy Head. There's a couple of anglers out tonight. There's another chap next to Cliff. Like I say, I'm out fishing on this side with Dean there, he's just reeling in there. And I've seen a couple of other people down the other side as well, so there's quite a few people out. It might be a sign. Usually when there's no people out, I tend to do better. That's the way it goes. So
on the way up to height, so
yeah,
still a bit of time left to quite tight.
We'll see if we can try and catch some fish. Look at that, mate. It looks fishy, doesn't it?
It does.
Looks very fishy. Right, so this is Dean's rig. So he's using is a 2 clip down, isn't it? Yeah, well, is that with a shorter top snood and a bit of a longer bottom snood, or are they both the same?
Much the same, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really measure it out. I just take the potluck guess when I cut them, and so they don't interact with each other.
And your bait you got in there, we got a bit of lugworm and some squid tip.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Right guys, so we've been fishing for about 2 hours now, and I've not had even a sniff. Not even a sniff. Apart from the pout we saw, that has been it between 3 anglers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rods out. So I'm hoping the fish come on the feed soon. Yeah, not looking great at the minute. We'll see. Right, so that's the baits. Right, so that's the baits at the moment coming back. Stripped every cast. Just coming back stripped. Right, so I've been messing around with different types of baits. We've gone for squid heads, we've gone for lug tip with squid, small baits, big baits, you name it, we've thrown it out. Nothing is happening at the minute. This is my next port of call. So we've got the dongle rig. So we've got squid wrapped with some razor fish. And I'm just going to fire it out and see if that withstands the baits getting stripped completely. We'll see how we get on with that. Right guys, so big baits coming back untouched, small baits coming back stripped completely. Yeah, it's been a bit of a difficult one to be fair. For the last part of the session then, I'm just going to go big baits. Just going to fish big baits for the last part and see if we can try and nab something. I think we've got a fish. First fish we've seen for a while. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's a nice doggy. Lovely jubbly. The last baits are now gone in for me. We're just going to sit and hope and pray that we can scratch a fish out so we don't blank the session. Yeah, but it's not looking good so far. Difficult one tonight, really difficult. I tried everything really. Big baits, small baits, out far, close in, nothing really, not even a sniff. Right Cliff, how are you getting on over your side?
Blinded, mate.
Blinded? What you had so far?
I mean.
Oh, sorry mate. Sorry. There you go, that's better. What you had then?
I've had someone else's rig.
Someone else's rig?
I've not had any fish, but I did manage to find a bit of braid with a nice rig on the end.
So you're one up on me then?
It's not a blank in one sense,
yep.
So yeah, it could be worse.
At the end of the day mate, we've all had a good time, haven't we? Had a laugh.
Been fun,
yeah,
fun
just
trying.
a shame that the fishing not been playing ball tonight.
Been strange, but there we are.
Yeah,
it's
weird isn't it? Sometimes you can look out to the sea and it looks good, but then unfortunately you just don't want to play ball.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Must have been doing something wrong, but there we are.
Oh yeah,
Live and learn.
You got to try these things, don't you? So if you don't come down and try it, then you're never going to know. You can't catch fish at home, so.
Quite right too. Yeah. Luckily you didn't have a look at my rig, so that didn't work for me tonight.
Onwards and upwards, mate. Onwards and upwards. Right, guys. So that might be the reason why the fishing's not so great at the minute, because all the baits are getting chewed to bits by the old crabs, and that is a cut-off hook. What's the other one like? Stripped completely bare. So that is the end of the session. Thanks very much for fishing with me tonight.
Yep.
It's been good fun. It's nice to see a couple of fish come out, although I personally blanked. Been a difficult one tonight, isn't it? What do you reckon going on?
Well, there aren't that many fish about, but I was just lucky to get the few that I have, and obviously you haven't had anything yet. But
that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Yeah. You know, you can come out, you can try everything you physically can. If the fish ain't in front of you, you ain't going to catch them, but you're definitely not going to catch them sitting at home. So hopefully you guys will get out too, and we'll see you on the next video. So cheers to Dean for coming tonight, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.